why he is the #1 ranked player in EPL. He took the scalp of Astralis alongside his cronies, and now just one more stands between him, the NiP boys, Threat and the gang, and a spot in Stage 2 of EPL. Overpass is going to be our first map. It's been hit and miss for FNATIC, and it's time to see if NiP can justify this map pick. It's the first of the series. He's Henry G, he's Chatty B, and I'm Machini TV.
We're into the action here. FNATIC on the CT side with one smoke and a diffuse kit. And you can see quite a technical approach here from the ninjas. They've got themselves 4 flashbangs, 2 smokes, and Glocks across the board, and very fast pacing towards middle. There's aggression coming in from long, and we trade blows for now. It will be a 3-on-2 in favor of FNATIC, but this could fall either way.
Look at the CT's positioning. They're already in playground. Nork charging up to the site. He'll be heard by Brolan. He's actually going to try and get this bomb down. Excuse me, that's Golden. Correct myself. Brolan's on the flank. Nork will plant and, ooh, been spotted. Golden does not want to go down. It would give them so much control of the map. He has to fall back. What are they up to? He's fully falling off. He's trying to pull them away from the site, and it's working. For just a moment, Plopsky's so invested, it comes down to Nork and his ability to hold fast. He knows where they're coming from now. Smoke deployed towards Bank. That's going to get Plopsky to join the brigade, but now Krim swinging into the corner, and perfect from Nork. That should and would be the round unless... That's it. Nork, triple kill. 1-0. NiP will seal the deal.
Wow. Okay, Nork. Well, I'm interested now. You had my attention.
Boom, boom.
And that's going to be a disastrous finish of FNATIC there. After getting that nice long aggression coming through, they managed to get the 3-on-2 advantage at that point. That normal one-and-done position, Chad, that gets 2 in the end. That's pretty insane.
Yeah, good stuff. We did talk about his impact within opening.
Wait, the
duels.
revolver's out.
JW.
The revolver's out.
You absolute madman.
Get it ready. Get the clips ready.
This is
Get your
not...
finger on the trigger. This could be Reddit material coming up.
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
If he gets a wallbang headshot with the revolver through the wooden boards here, you can see Flush is setting him up for it. This could be unbelievable.
Now, I'm starting a tally on the telestrator right now. You guys missed it there, but JW was the first death. That's pretty common. I'm going to start the JW opening deaths counter on the stand-up screen. So every time he goes down first, I will be going over there, adding another notch. So that we'll keep track of him. See how many times he dies first.
I've got a real tough Counter-Strike quandary. I can't remember what made the R8 OP initially. Was it
the damage?
Was it a one-shot kill?
And the bug it had within it as well. If you held down right-click, you could actually bug it out to actually have the insta-shot with one bullet, which could do one-shot kill to the stomach.
Jeez Louise.
So it had a bug and too much damage with it when it first came out, which meant every game everyone was using it and going for one shots in the stomach, and it was just a whole nightmare.
It was a bit of a nightmare. Krims, however, is having quite the opposite. A sweet dream as he does connect his opening scout bullet. That is required, given the buy. They want to be softened up by the scout, and then the R8 revolvers of the world can come in to finish the job.
The last time I casted an R8 revolver was probably in the hands of Alu about 3 years ago. We'll see whether this will find a single kill. For anyone who's not aware, it's considered to be one of the worst pistols in the game. Brought in as a bit of a novelty. Doesn't really have much to be said about it. The charge of each shot. It does have a burst, well, an auto-fire feature, I suppose. It doesn't really do much. You can't hit the broadside of a barn with it. There is quite a good Henry G highlight reel of this weapon on YouTube.
Indeed, there is.
Type in Henry G revolver, you'll find it. We'll see if JW can live up to the expectations here. Doesn't look like he will. I think they might have saved their weapons.
That's probably the right call here. The fact that they haven't found any kills. NiP, we know how good they are at these anti-eco situations. They're not going to overextend, but FNATIC, they want to force the fight. They want to force the issue. They're going to push on out. Just will take one, but oh, there it is, the revolver. JW makes it work.
And it's actually quite effective. It won't be winning them the round, but it does get a kill. Can we get a separate screen
Plopsky
for
picked it up.
R8 kills? Plopsky did pick it up.
It lives on to fight another day.
How much does it even cost? I don't even know.
It's
Is
the
it 700 as well?
Right?
So 700 bucks?
I haven't bought it ever.
think it used to be the case you couldn't buy it in pistol rounds. I think it was 850.
He's doubled his R8 revolver frags officially.
It was 850 upon release.
I'm going to have a look.
So yeah, you go check it out. I think it was 850 release to me. You couldn't buy in pistols, but they might have lowered it to 700 to make it in line with the Deagle. There's no way it should be more expensive than a Desert Eagle. It should be cheaper than anything. It should be free.
Everyone starts with a revolver.
Yeah.
According to counterstrike.fandom.com, it is worth 600 smackaroos.
It was 850 to come out with, then they got reduced to 600. They didn't change anything past that. It's a weapon like the Negev, useless, novelty, and just an experiment that's went wrong, and just a Frankenstein that's left in CSGO.
That is the end of the clip you'll be using for the Negev montage next year.
Yeah.
Just take that clip out.
Oh dear. It's just such a difficult weapon to make work. We know that players are pre-firing angles, so maybe that's one of the positives of it, but you can still just pre-fire the angle with a Deagle, you know?
The difficulty is because it's the the warm-up, right? For the like the laser beam it becomes is how they've designed it. It means that pre-firing doesn't really work. You pre-fire by making a whole lot of noise.
Yeah, that's true.
Much more effective with just a dynamic mobile pistol. Hang on a second, I did see a little bit of health bars from NiP get shaken, and they do get converted by Crims, tapping away at the dome of Rez. Nork's low, perhaps some smoke shots could render Golden with his first frag of our new series. Other than that, it does look like it's just another day in the office for FNATIC. 4 players still standing. They bring the bonus in. Excuse me, not FNATIC, NiP. Correct myself. 3-0 for them.
And this is the pick of NiP, so all is making sense right now as it stands. But this is the T side. They did win the pistol due to the heroics there of Nork, who currently sits on 4-1. NiP hold the best trade frags per round, 23% of all EPL EU teams. I have to say, Threat has always been great at that sort of thing. The anti-ecos, spacing, making sure they don't give up silly kills. That's something he is very good at, and he certainly has an iron fist when it comes to those sort of mistakes.
I mean, he managed to make the NiP roster, you know, pulled them back to the top of the Counter-Strike world again, after it looked like it was perhaps wavering. Nice work from Rez and Twist. They take the opening duels. Brolin was there to support, but now he just has to back up. He's done well to claw one back. Numbers still favoring the T side, and look how much space Rez is just guaranteed. He's assuming so much of this is clear. He's trying to sell a fast A fake. He's pulled the rotate from Brolin, and of course, he's gonna say Crims is considering it. He's returned now to the site. Golden's called for help, and understandably so, because Nork's now in the site. Bombs on its way on the back of Plopsky, and good nade damage. Nork's locked them in. Bomb to go down. Plopsky's arrived now. Rez short. Okay, we have an after plant, and it's just gonna be the 2 of them to attack.
Well, they've got smokes and incendiaries, but now only Crims remains. Rez is playing like an animal out there. Some fantastic AK headshots being delivered in round number 4 here. NiP will guarantee themselves another one on the board of 3 surviving. Crims will have to hightail it back towards the A site and hold on to his M4. That's all he really can do here. NiP off to a flying start. Coming into this one hot. Remember, they looked great in EPL so far. They opened things up by taking down the likes of Astralis. It was a 2-0 victory, a very convincing one at that. But they did start to fall off, losing to teams like ENCE as well, who didn't actually have a single victory in the entirety of EPL. Then losing to them was a gut punch. Now finding themselves in this do-or-die position. Also lost the vitalities to note that. And we will find the 4-0 as Crims confirms the save. They do have maximum loss bonus now on the CT side, which is $3,400 per play. They're reflected on the left-hand side of your screen. And here's the replays of Rez. This shot as well really got everyone excited. Brolan getting destroyed in heaven.
Yeah, when you can't see how Rez has got the kill, that's how you know it's a good shot. Just the tip of his head visible, able to tap away.
Revolver
we do
again.
See another one. JW up to his usual tricks.
Don't like this, Chad. I don't like it at all.
Why not, Henry?
Because it's one of those things. You're 4-0 down. He's buying revolvers all the time, and I'm trying to win the game. I'm just like, can we just not buy the revolver?
But what if he does this exact setup?
It's distracting me.
What if he does this exact setup and gets a triple kill with the revolver through the wooden boards?
Then I'll take it all back.
All right, so until then, I'm with you.
Can we draw the line at a double? Maybe we take it all back on a double kill for
or a kill that just leads to a round victory would be fine as well. I'm just like, this would be in the back of my head. Is like, are we taking this seriously? Like, why are we buying
this? This is an elimination game.
Why are we buying that 4-0 down? What is the purpose here?
I'm trying to play devil's advocate here.
Is it for fun?
Well, the thing is, I remember when we had JW on and we asked about the knives. His response was, we're entertainers.
Yeah, but when you're 4-0 down, I feel like if you're 4-0 up, I'm in for it. I mean, yeah, let's style on them. Let's dunk on them.
Well,
when you're 4-0 down, I'm not sure this is the gun I'd be going for.
He's given us something to talk about, so I'm going to thank him for that one.
Yeah, that was
right
a good
there.
40 seconds.
Thanks, JW. Brolin, he's gobbled up that flashbang. He will be checked by Rez.
This is where the revolver comes in. I can feel it. Watch it. Here it comes.
Just that one round.
Oh, Rez is on something today. Oh my God.
I looked away from the screen for a second and another body dropped. Rez having quite the mad one. Triple kill from him in this one just to secure the Kevlar pistol round. Golden's in a position just to hope he can collect himself a little FNATIC rifle of sorts. Excuse me, NiP rifle of sorts.
Just looking at this, right, the first gun round that FNATIC had because of the force buy in the second, it didn't have all the nades they needed, so that's why they tried a more aggressive approach, having 2 players picking towards that fountain area, and then you had Brolin re-aggressing up long to be the safety net. I don't know if they'll do something similar in terms of numbers for an aggressive player. That they don't need to going into the next gun round because they should be able to afford everything. All the smokes, all the mollies, get the AWPs out. Everything should settle in at this point. So to see if FNATIC do have much bite on their CT side, we talk about their woes in back-to-back losses on overpass in Pro League. We're about to see how much work they've been putting in and if they were expecting this pick to come through from the Ninjas. It's not the place you want to find yourself, but if they turn this half around and can get 10 CT rounds on the trot, that's a very good CT half. This is the shot here.
Another one.
Just removes him. Deletes him from the server.
Yeah, so AWP's out, there's defuse kits in play, Molotov, smokes, all the goodies you need. Everybody from FNATIC has what they need to start winning rounds right now.
No revolvers, though.
Plofsky has his. So.
That's the double incendiary from FNATIC as well, just to note. Something they started doing around 3 months ago. Other teams have started replicating it. Means they're guaranteed to smoke out of the T side and makes getting towards playground very difficult and costly in terms of HP. Wallbang's coming through now from Crims. Damage inflicted towards Rez and Nork as they still continue their campaign up, and they might find a gap here. They have to go for a reload momentarily. They might use that as their opportunity to bust through, and here they come. They're pulling the nades out. Actually, the first kill for Nork might be able to get a second as well. Crims, he's doing well to do damage, but it's not going to be nearly enough here. 4 versus 2. JW and Brolan on the retake. They are going to be Molotov'd out of short, surely. The revolver's still alive and kicking. Plopsy's got it. Just want to keep following that. If it gets another frag, that would be great, but FNATIC for now certainly won't be. They're going to have to exit and hold on to the AWP and M4.
Chad, that was, for lack of a better word, a pretty standard just B explode, right? There wasn't too much nuance to that.
Well, I'm just watching it back right now in Skybox here, and I think the details of those double Molotovs early was a tell that individuals potentially could flank them from connector.
Right.
Because Rez has dropped a smoke in connector as they've actually executed. So when this round ends, I'll bring it up on Skybox for everybody at home, and we can run through this, because all 5 members of FNATIC were ready to deal with this action on the B side.
Let's see if we can break that one down then, as we do see the rifle saved. JW and Brolin will bring them into the next.
All right, we're going to have to go in the future with that one.
Okay.
You know, the standard technical difficulties I have with this
okay.
program. We're getting there. The teething issues, I'm learning, I'm suggesting. It's all growing. It's a work in progress, I think we'll call it.
They're having a world of issues today. First, their internet, and now the headsets aren't working.
That's going to throw morale into a bit of a spiral.
It's certainly not something you want hindering yourself in a big game like this. Plopsky has now reached over 2,150 frags and 3,000 rounds played on NiP. Congratulations, Plop Dogger. I suppose 2150 is a big milestone to pick up.
In contrast, Kenny's on, I think it was
15,000.
Yeah, 5,000 on Dust 2 alone.
Yeah, that's wild.
Not his first rodeo.
Not his.
So you can see there Flusher getting caught with that Molotov out. So Sean Gez, when I've worked desk with him before, I've heard him talk about like smoke molly defense. So what teams will do is they will sit there ready to counter your utility with utility, right? So once you see the smokes and flashes fly on over, that's when you drop your smoke or molly. But when you do a play like that where you're not telegraphed, it's just a pretty quick pounce, they can't react quick enough.
I like that as well with the fact Crims is spamming so much towards the wooden boards. You know he's got to reload at some point, right? And even if you don't hit the reload sound, he's giving up 20 bullets to that wallbang. As he's rotating back in towards the water position, that's when it's a perfect time. He's either going to be pulling a grenade out, reloading. You know, one player is at least not going to be fully ready for that pounce coming through. And that's exactly what happened. As soon as they came through, they caught the first player, the incendiary in his hand. Nothing could be done. Nork took him down, and then they just take the bomb site for free. So while they sort out their headset issue, they do have an AWP and an M4 on the FNATIC side, but they are 6-0 down.
Is it time to start saying, you know, make some sacrifices and try and win one?
They've only played they've only played 1 full gun round.
We just watched it fail.
Yeah. So realistically, I'm very traditional in what I call things. So like a full eco for me, these days, you'd probably include like P250s being purchased on up, but realistically, a full eco is nothing being bought. And then when I look at a full gun round, I want everybody to make sure they have armor, a full set of nades, diffuse kits, at least 2 or 3 of them, and then everybody having a primary weapon. I know that there's buys with MP9s and UMPs that we can make very serviceable, but I look at the last round that FNATIC lost as a full buy. So we don't see too many of them if they're going to continue to go for these half buy scenarios with the saves, but there's some silly business in Spawn there as they're dealing with their sprays.
The NiP have the worst pistol stats in EPL so
of all
far.
teams.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, they managed to win it on this particular map at least. They're up 6-0, so absolutely fine in that regard as FNATIC try to replug in their headset at this point. I'm sure it
No,
must
they're
be
actually
the
designing
a new one?
headset.
Okay.
They're currently in the prototyping phase. I think in another 30 minutes we might have a new headset.
Wow.
Oh,
I didn't realize they could build headsets.
They're smart people, you know. Counter-Strike's smartest.
I can't even build a computer.
No, I've been thinking about it though. I'm very excited about the prospect of of building my own again. It's been a good 5 years since I did.
Well,
didn't you do your last one?
Yeah.
We had this, didn't we?
Yeah.
Didn't go that well.
That's true. I forgot about
well,
that.
why don't we do this, right? There's MSI PCs behind us. I don't know
how many tweets do I have to send so I can take one
I don't know
home?
if we have to ask permission. There's no one in the office to stop us from taking
Well, we're not
them.
obviously encouraging people to steal so much as we are to encourage them to play video games on good computers.
Yeah, I was just going to borrow it
Yeah, temporarily.
for an extended period of time.
I definitely fancy that. Ever since I got the, because I'm playing on the tournament PCs right now. So if anyone's unaware, the tournament PCs are ridiculously good from ESL. I think they're the Intel collab, but it's like i9, 2080, all the good stuff. I'm playing on 300 with a 240 hertz monitor.
You're loving your life right now, aren't you?
Counter-Strike is actually really so much more enjoyable when you're not playing on a laptop.
It's crisp.
Who knew?
Clean. 128 tick you've been playing on as well. I'm sure it feels much different.
It does. Everything just feels crispy. It feels like when I click on them, they die. I love it. I want to buy a computer for when as if I'm going home. Well,
when we go
I
home.
might buy a computer at some point, yeah.
Maybe you do it for Christmas. By then you might be buying
December,
one.
that sounds about right.
Well, we're back into the action, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for bearing with us in these small technical issues, so that online Counter-Strike, a lot more variables thrown into the mix that are out of our control. We will see JW, though. Remember, Chad is keeping track of his opening duel, and right now he is in the flames. Does he decide to stay a little bit longer? He does, down to 60 HP, takes 40 damage. But a good nade delivered towards NiP at the B side of the map at least keeps them competitive within the round. Yeah, good to see Nork here. Fantastic young individual making his way up. Got the Krieg in hand. NiP happy to use the weapon. There are a few teams in CSGO right now that are opting away from the Krieg just to deny it out of the hands of the CTs. Just need to be careful, these spams. Can they find their first round here on the CT side? Good nade again.
Oh, what did that hit? It hit the wall. Didn't quite make it over. It was almost a grenade.
It looked like a good one.
Bit of a standoff over towards that sewer section, but oh, Brolin, as the smoke fades, takes down Rez, who's been on a heater.
He's going to get tested, though. That smoke's fantastic. It does raise the question as to where Brolin could have repositioned. You don't want to be pushing it perhaps off a flash, though. Oh! They've done it! Cleared out the toilets. JW and Brolin, their screen was full white. And now they have to watch as Flusher falls out of the sight. Plopsky's in. This could very well be 7-0.
Yeah, I think you might be right here. They've got kits, but only one smoke. And NiP are looking more than comfortable here. Electro does overstep the mark somewhat, though. Now, Civi Crim's finding a kill from the bank position. The smoke down. Pre-fire comes in, though, and Twist is ready for it. 3-on-2 now, and he still has vision towards that bank position. Golden waiting at the CT steps for an opportunity here. One that won't be realized, and it's now just Flusher. He's an excellent player, but I don't think he'll be pulling this one off.
Had so many angles to clear at the same time. He will fall, and we see 0-7. Ladies and gentlemen, NiP continuing to do what they did in their opening game versus Astralis on Overpass, doing it again after a couple of slip-ups along the way. This is crunch time, by the way. This is the play-ins. The loser of this will not continue in the second stage of EPL Season 11.
Yeah, that's a worrying sign for FNATIC right now. I do remember when we had them during the season, there was a couple of matches that they started a little bit slow, and then they bounced back. It kind of woke them up with a rage.
Right, almost like losing the first map before they wake up, then reverse sweeping. That does sound very FNATIC.
Yeah, I just remember, I'm trying to think if it was the North or the Fours game. They probably won the first game, it was close, then they went into the second map, they got blown out, and then in the third, they just turned everything around. But mental edge was something that Samuelson, the coach of FNATIC, pointed out. And right now, well, NiP look like they're prepared not only mentally, but mechanically as well as some of the shots that they've been hitting. Plopsky is yet to die.
5 Kriegs as well. It's
He took that revolver on the second round of the game and he hasn't given it back.
That's a good point. It would be oh so juicy for Plopsky to use that revolver before going down to find the same frag JW did with it. It's already got 1 kill etched into its butt. That's double T. He's found these frags so successfully. He does it again, just procedurally clearing the off angle. Brolin was not to stand a chance. The rotate's being held by Nork here, and there is a chance for JW. He's already lost a lot of health, and that nade could seal the deal. Does go wide. They're swarming the toilets. They want to apply some pressure, but Twist is having absolutely none of it. A good dink will force him into a more passive line, and I say that, Rez is there to support. They've done it again, 8-0, and NiP didn't even drop a man in this one. Perfection. Flush is lingering around, hoping he'll catch a cheeky Krieg delivery. But as we talked about, as we continue to talk about, teams ran by threat, once he gets his hands upon them and can mold them, that you rarely see a team break the restraint that threat sees as adequate.
What's there been one overpeak so far, and that was probably by Lekra on the truck position?
Yeah, that's it.
Otherwise, it's been such a tidy half coming in.
He touches the bomb at least.
That's all right, let him.
Doesn't get a kill for it. The revolver lives on, by the way. Plopsky is yet to die since picking that weapon up.
Yeah, that's
6-0.
That's one of the key talking points around these parts, I think. It's not the Wild Wild West in terms of a showdown between the two teams so far, but the revolver seems to be the, I guess, the best thing that's happened from FNATIC.
It's the best thing FNATIC have given us to talk about.
Well, maybe now they can turn it around. It will be another gun round situation. No AWP available for that of JW. No Kriegs being scavenged for Brolin to use. So just the constant battle of the M4s versus
There's the counter.
Look at it go.
Yeah, that was the double mollies. You could see Rez couldn't go to playground, but instead finds an angle. It's Twist to find the frag on the aggression from Brolin. He's counting on those double incendiaries to slow down the T side, to enable him to take the fight on Party. This is better, though. Flush has clawed one back early. Just shut down Rez and give them that 4v4 they were searching for. Now they can hide and play back the CT angles. Nork, however, is already going to make things a little more difficult. Crims wins an important duel. He'll smoke out Monster and just delay. Biggest advantage we've seen from FNATIC so far.
Yeah, and it's only one man advantage, so that's saying something. Minute on the clock. Lekro looks hungry for another.
You didn't see him on the off angle. Look at Crims' position. He's just sat on top of the sandbags there.
They're locked in for B though, right? Look at who's flank connector right now? Is that Flusher? Yeah, Flusher's position has locked him in here.
No exit for Plopsky. That's his death. And we will see the revolver finally sent home. That's a fantastic angle from Crims. Lekro was not anticipating that one. And therefore, Twist has been thrown into what many would consider to be impossible. Lekro, he has other plans. A quick double kill. How did I say Lekro? It's been Twist this whole time.
It's all right.
Well, he goes down regardless.
The assist did pop up there.
Yeah. Well, still, it will be FNATIC with their first round, and about good time to do so. You've got Plopsky and Twist and $16,000. Nork just knocking on the door of it as well. I don't think money's going to be a massive issue for them in this half, to be honest with you. So the match is paused. It looks to be another technical issue, considering we haven't got any fancy music. So FNATIC being played by them this map, it seems. A bit of chatter on the server suggests it's also that as well. Rez is the highest rated Swede on Overpass in the past 3 months, holding down a 1.35 rating across 5 maps. I think Rez has looked excellent. I don't know about you, Chad, but I think he has looked very good indeed from the eye test.
Very, very crispy. Him and Nork so far in this game, well, even Twist as well has gotten up to 10 kills quietly. They have been on a bit of a tear right now, and, well, unfortunately FNATIC, even with that round win and only 2 individuals staying alive, that means money is a bit of a problem on their side of things. NiP, fully flushed on out, will be able to have a full buy, but FNATIC will have to make a couple of compromises. You can see the FAMAS being bought by JW to facilitate the full nade set, and Crims is still making up his mind.
Yeah, we are actually updated. It does sound like it's NiP this time whose team speak's going awry, so everybody's having their fair share of issues today.
That's okay. We'll give them one. We were surprised how few issues that we have actually had.
I mean, yeah, I remember the early stages of EPL. I think like season 3. I just remember there was always this constant like, okay, guys, gotta fill another issue or another delay. Somebody had to plug in their mouse and keyboard and got it wrong.
We had a lot more like stand-ins in the past as well within online Counter-Strike. There was always people who couldn't make it for one reason or another, or the issues were so severe they couldn't continue playing. We shouldn't be too far away. These kind of issues tend to be fixed relatively quickly.
Yeah, I wouldn't be walking away from the TV just yet. Hold your horses.
No, don't go and start a knitting project now. If you've got one on the go, keep going and watching at the same time, but don't sink your teeth into anything that's going to take longer than 17 seconds, I would say, Alex.
Yeah, maybe 14, 13. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Round 10, first map, second series. There's another one to come as well. We'll be seeing Group C continue. No, we're not. That's done now. It'll be Vitality and OG finishing this one off with the continuing of the play-ins. I've talked about so much Counter-Strike now, it's all blurring into one. I apologize. But Vitality OG, that is actually a game I'm very excited to see the outcome. We'll put that on in the Madshin when we get there.
Oh,
look at Lekro disrespecting the Molotov. That could give FNATIC a false sense of security on this aggressive push.
Brolan seems to be aware of all the possible outcomes here. He does have his Krieg ready and waiting, his signature weapon, and you can see why. He's doing a great job to open things up here. Flusher will chime in as well. That's why you don't want to give the Krieg over, I should say. The FAMAS is in the hands of JW, and they're starting to come online now. There'll still be plenty of money for an NiP, but they've lost a bit of that pacing, bit of that momentum behind them. A lot of damage inflicted, but essentially a 4 versus 1 here as Plopsky waits for the smoke to fade.
He's got a free kill right here. As soon as the smoke clears, he has 2 low HP individuals in front of him. He heard one jumping, so has an idea that he is at the base of the tree. It's a matter of timing, and there's one. Can he find Flusher, who's also low in the bathroom, looking the wrong way? Flusher will finish him off, making sure he can carry that Krieg through to round number 11 now. Money, still no problems for NiP, but they need to make sure they're doing more damage on those type of rounds. 3 is the magic number that we talk about here. You limit the CTs to 2 players every single round by getting 3 kills. Well, dropping becomes an issue, making that economy spread between 5 players becomes harder and harder. And let's see if we go back towards the B-bomb site for NiP, because they've lost both of those aggressive fights over towards A the last couple of rounds. But no, stubborn as you like, here we go again.
And we're off.
Rookie.
Flashbang over the top. Brolan was pushing towards long before, this time exploring his options at the fountain. Grenade doesn't land any damage, and Lekro will be holding for the push. We will see Twist and Lekro now with the flashbang behind them. There's no mid presence really at all here from FNATIC at all. You can see Brolan does fall right back to the defensive lines. He is essentially alone towards A. It's a 4-man stack.
Ooh, a bit of an oopsie from Brolan. It doesn't look like he's got Kevlar. He's got 2.6k. He's completely unarmored.
That is a very good point. He doesn't have anything at all.
Interesting. So
and that's just a bug in the GUI. I can maybe look somewhere else.
There's a chance for that.
It would seem very, very unlikely that would be the
they
case.
even just refreshed the HUD for us. Respect. Yeah, no. He's made a bit of a mistake there. I wonder if it's going to come back to haunt him.
Yeah, this says 0 on the screen right there. So he legit has forgot to board it. So that means
he is versing 5 Krieg, so he will die instantly to a headshot.
But if a body shot hits him, the aim punch is the factor. That's the big problem there. He won't even be able to recover from a leg shot in any capacity.
So smoke's deployed. JW trying to bait them in. Stop them from attention towards Brolan. He's done well to take 1, and now Brolan's been caught. Aim punch does give him a bit of a wobble, but still finds the head of Lekro. Looking good. Nork into the site. NiP have the lead, and Crims has only got the MP9 for the retake. He's going to be coming from all the way back in connector. Nork to be planting safe Optimus, and Plopsky's already flushed out Golden. Now, it is clear to me that NiP have been executing onto the A site, but definitely avoiding the default plant for this flank that Crims is coming from. It seems that they would much rather push for the battle on bins and bank than deal with that long flank, which we've seen so many teams get caught out by in the past.
It could be based on how many numbers they had alive when they pushed the site, but yeah, that's a very, very good point there. The idea that they're not allowing themselves to go down to the flank is huge, because if you wait until the last few moments of a round and you die at the flank, well, you're not going to have enough time to plant. So good mindfulness there from NiP, and once again, you could see their attack was starting to push up through that short position as the smokes were in the air. So the flashes came, they were running with the flashes, the smokes in the air, able to take those duels and catch FNATIC a little bit off guard again. You could see it was JW in the site who was peeking. Could have had a few more, but I don't think he was expecting them to push through the smoke at that moment. And then Brolan did a great job getting 1, and then he transferred almost for the second, doing a chunk of damage.
Yeah, he made it count, no doubt about it. Puts them at 2 rounds, and we will see the first tactical timeout called by FNATIC, and this is a sign of the times. I think they too are having the sobering reality that all of that hard work, all of those games they played, I mean, let's not forget FNATIC, they picked up wins versus North, 4s, and I'm forgetting 1. They went 3-2 in their group, and of course got that second spot to Na'Vi due to the head-to-head. So we do have to see FNATIC battle it out here. It's a single elimination best of 3 versus a team from the other groups. Groups A and B colliding here with FNATIC and NiP, and we will see if any more FNATIC CT moves are coming their way, or will we see a guaranteed overpass already secured by NiP? Time for the CTs to do the talking. No nades connecting early, just the P250s.
5-7s. P250s, and Nork ready to strike. Doesn't look good, though. Crim's actually take him down. I don't like that at all. Threat's not going to like that at all, I'll tell you that much. No flashes, no one with him, just walking out and giving up a Krieg to the CT defense who are on pistols. That's not part of the script.
Yeah, and that can, especially when you're playing against FNATIC, go wrong very quickly.
Yeah, these are the type of rounds that NiP are probably going to have the hardest time with. Not the pure anti-eco situation. That would be well drilled. They know what to look for. They understand the danger around the smokes. But the problem is now that they're down in a man advantage, and FNATIC love to scramble in these situations when it gets messy, is how I'm going to be gauging how far NiP have come since we've seen them last, and how they could be looking to continue forward in this series. I have lost track of JW's first deaths, I won't lie. I'll go back and I'll start counting that back. We were at 2, but I think there's been a lot more rounds played since then. Yeah, I can't blame you for being distracted. A fair share of action already in this series. We're into our 12th round then, and let's see if NiP can overcome this half-buy of sorts. Especially now Crims has already got them that first. Lots of success in toilets previous. Oh, the timing. Lekro with the quick change. It's cost him his life, his rifle, and then some. Twist, look at JW's position. He will go unchecked here. And I have a horrible sneaking suspicion that they're going to let this one slip away. They're ripping it out of the server. Only one man remains. It's the preserved Krieg on Crims. 8 seconds as the bomb goes down. He can't contest. He'd be so brave, so brazen to go for it. The spray through the smoke does indicate his position. We got ourselves 10.
We certainly do. And it all started with a FNATIC frag towards shorts as well there. It got very scrappy towards the end for NiP, but they are looking very comfortable towards the end stages of these rounds. The fact they lost this Krieg here, you'd think, yeah, FNATIC, if ever there was a team to recover a Krieg with a partial buy, they'd be one to win it. But look at NiP go. Looking laser focused with these Kriegs in hand as well. Plopsky and Twist is getting it done. The final kill here, the most important of them all, to deny the Krieg into the next round, as we do find a 10-2 scoreline. Money in the bank for FNATIC there. They've got a double AWP set up here with Golden. Not known to be an AWPer, picking up the secondary. We'll see what he can do with it. Desperate times call for desperate measures. He's on 1 in 10 right now, Alex, and he's going to have to hold towards short. Yeah, and this is actually a very, very powerful position. You've seen AWPers go off from this spot. You can just pivot between short, monster, elevated position for the latter. It's gorgeous, but does require a great degree of mechanical ability and being able to get comfortable moving around while scoped. At the moment, JW is doing exactly that. It's going to be sweeping into the peak, and perfect catch. Rez was not ready for that one. He's overstayed his welcome. By this point, normally FNATIC have fallen back, but admittedly, they're normally forced back. This was a more passive approach from NiP, and they've been punished for it. Plopsky's up underpass. I'm not sure he's going to check Brolin. That's such a powerful position. You have to clear party, but you also have that potential. Oh my God!
Plopsky, you animal! And now JW has been caught. They're turning this round as well.
This is going to be another kill in favor of NiP. They're getting mauled out there, boys. FNATIC can't keep up. It's one of those difficult days in the office for them that is not getting anything done. The double AWP setup was brought out of necessity. It doesn't find a single thing, and Crim's now smoked off towards Bath. Bank, I should say, gets another taste of a headshot. Plopsky is on a mission today. He's on 14 and 2 right now.
A man possessed.
They're all owning at this point.
Twist
it's
is
wild.
16 and 5.
Rez was hitting bangers earlier. Wow.
They've come in with something to prove here. I think they were a little miffed that the victories versus the big names were too easily discredited after their slip-ups versus the lesser. Now they want another big scalp.
Yeah, the fact they lost to Ents to close it out was very disappointing, I have to say. Like, you start off by beating Astralis 2-0, then you lose 2-1 to Ents. How does that compute? How does that come forward?
Counter-Strike Maths is having a meltdown.
I don't get it, but that's what happened. Flash difference, NiP have 6 flash assists, whereas FNATIC, guess what? They have 0.
Now, if I was being devil's advocate there, I would say you do have to get kills to get flash assists, and at the moment, FNATIC haven't had many of them.
Golden has 1, if we were keeping count. I don't know
after that
would,
round. Is that what you're saying?
No, Golden has 1 kill.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yes, you're right. I understand.
So there's only really the possibility for 1 flash assist from him. That's not how it works, Alex.
No, but it was fine.
Yeah, I'll move on. Nice one, Brolin, charging in. This time he did remember his Kevlar vest, but he forgot Twist is having a mad one. 18 now to 5. He charges and finds another double kill. Lekro isn't going to be having to do too much work. Plopski's caught another.
Was also a full investment, Alex. This is kind of the FNATIC I was referencing in the pre-game. Once they start losing and can't get back into the game, you'll see relentless force buying, pushing, and dying. That wasn't the first death for JW, Chad, but I think that maybe counts to our board. I'm not sure. What do you reckon?
Oh, we can throw it up there.
I'll throw it up there.
We can get it up to 3.
Yeah, let's get him up to 3. We'll have it. This probably isn't going to bode well for your online reputation, Chad. Everyone's going to think you hate JW now.
Well, everyone thinks I hate OG, so we may as well think I just hate everybody at this point.
This man that is paid to analyze Counter-Strike analyzes and only points out the negatives.
Sorry, guys. The positives should be pretty bloody obvious to you because they got the kill. The negative is usually the thing you guys miss.
You know when the good things are happening because we're shouting. It's a nice audio cue.
There might be a good thing about to happen here. We can see Golden has been set up with the MP9 and the FAMAS. There's a bit of team damage coming through, but it's a 1 versus 1. He knows where Golden is with the MP9. Is it enough? It's certainly not. Twist will continue his rampage here and take himself up to 20 kills, 5 deaths. Golden gets his 3rd. 2 kills in the round. It's still not enough, boys. They go 12-2 down on the CT side of their opponent's pick. It's pretty much done.
NiP T side and Twist. I mean, to be fair, I will state that FNATIC are kind of delivering these frags at the start of rounds, continuing to throw this CT aggression, and there's no issues for NiP. They'll take those duels and win them because at the moment their mechanics are just refined. They're looking sleek.
This is wild stuff. Twist is one of these players who's so up and down, like a secondary AWPer. Some days he wants to do it, some days he doesn't. He looks very emotional after certain deaths. Right now, everything is going his way, so he's snowballed the positive energy here today and continuing to dump that. Look at this. They've tried a double push with a...
Did he just get smoke banged?
The revolver's back out as well with JW. I like that. That's 3 times, and it's found 1 kill, so fair enough. Don't really know why that would be...
At this point in the game, hey, buy it every round, JW.
Yeah?
Why not?
Well, if you want to win, I suppose would be the only counter argument to that.
Well, that is one thought.
Yeah. But the revolver, yeah, really not liking that at all. Like, once I would let it go, like, 1 fun purchase, let's all laugh at it, it'll be a fun moment. But 3 times, I'm not sure that's really correct. Because remember, you can't buy a Desert Eagle if you have the R8 equipped.
You've committed to that.
You can't buy a Deagle anymore, which is actually the most powerful pistol in the game right now.
People win rounds off the back of it solely.
Why would you do that? Bronan can bring this back though. Well, maybe he can't. It's going to be a 4-on-2, and the final round here, and Plopski is just unbelievably good right now. The revolver could save the day. Remember, though, it has to charge up each shot. It doesn't do 100 damage like it used to, but the M4 certainly can. That pumps out a lot of DPS. We are going to see Lekro dropped. Nork and Plopski still low. JW remains in this pistol. Big spray down available. Now the revolver clutch been waiting for.
Oh, they're all so low. I can feel it in my waters.
Let's go.
Come on. 13-2 on the half. NiP looking good to close out Overpass.
Dark doesn't faze me anymore. I can see my tears seems to go to. Yeah, I don't care, no, I don't care. Yeah. This ain't a song, it's a battle cry. No life. I see the clue between the strobe lights. I'm haunted, black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Used to want it bad, used to want it bad, but I can't taste it. I can't help you now, okay? Follow me around, okay? Black face, hey, follow me around, okay? Follow me around, okay? Black face, hey, follow me around, okay? Got too much up on my plate, now I can't think. I said woke up, take a action, now I'm feeling this is it. Want the money, want the rest. I do purse, not no cess. They say, Darnish, why you sad? I said, I just need to think. Red tape, got too close, I hate the city. Black face, show you everything you need to your phone, get it back. Someone said it's sad, 'cause I used to want it bad. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you too many times, yeah. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you. I know it's in my head. Follow me around, black face, follow me around, got too much up on my. Follow me around, black face, follow me around, got too much up on my. Follow me around, black face, follow me around, got too much up on my.
Revolvers at dawn. NiP take on FNATIC. It's currently 13-2 in favor of the Swedes, and I should say NiP. Here's Twist, who's had an absolute barn burner of a game so far. No R8s for him, Chad, but lots of kills.
And no AWP kills either. It was just that SG that NiP needed to decimate FNATIC. They were thorough, they were clean, it looked great.
And they lost to one round where they had a partial buy, right? So they didn't actually lose many gun rounds at all there, just one. So there we have it. But this, as I said in the break to you, normally this is where FNATIC wins a pistol. We'll get to about 16-5, 16-6.
Yep.
And then NiP close it out. That's how it's gone in EPL so far. We don't normally see too many blowouts.
Watch this. Watch NiP have a nice, clean pistol round. They get 14. They even convert the force, Henry, and we have a 15-2 scoreline. You won't believe it.
I wouldn't believe it.
Well, check this out.
First kill will be going to Brolan. And at that point, ooh, he gets away. All right. He doesn't get a quick kill, but Twist certainly does. What a game he's having so far. It's one of the key scalps as well, but it's all a ruse. It's towards A they go with the bomb, and that'll be planted, no problem. Golden's not there to help them out, but he has got a kill towards the B side of the map. 3B for Lecro and for Rez. The bomb's going down here. Lecro tries to assault their position. It's working out, and they know Golden. He's towards B.
Why is everyone so scared?
Just defuse.
Somebody please touch the bomb.
Someone tell him.
Anybody. Okay, Twister's going to be on it. He does have a kit, so he won't even get a chance to contest, and he will fall 14 for NiP.
Now watch this, Henry. This is the hard one.
Oh, the knife.
Oh. Now this one here, I know you think that FNATIC, they're pretty good with the force buys, and they'll come on out. Well, guess what? Threat. He's prepped them. They're ready. They know how to deal with this round. They know it's going to be coming out. The Krieg's getting dropped. We're getting the goodies here, there, and everywhere. NiP.
Okay, they're
gonna rock this round.
So, is this your new favorite team, Chad?
NiP. I think they are my new favorite team.
Okay, well there it is. We have.
We finally have an answer to that question.
Hates OG, but loves NiP.
Yeah.
Why is the hatred so
thick for OG?
Yeah,
it's crazy. Right? I woke up one day and I went, man.
Do you know what they say? They say you can't hate something unless you love them.
Oh.
You can't hate somebody unless you love them is the actual thing.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Well.
So maybe he felt like heartbreak from NBK. He kind of turned down his advances.
I'm one of Alexi B's biggest fans.
That's true, yeah.
Does that mean I love Jason?
Yeah, I guess so. In like a twisted way.
Yeah, I didn't think that was possible, but
you guys are enemies.
Yeah.
Mortal enemies, but love is certainly a part of it. It's because it takes a lot of energy to hate something.
I guess so, too much.
Plopsky got dinked, but it's not going to matter. Because I'm so confident in NiP closing this game right here, right now, you wouldn't believe it.
I don't know, the one and done position with a flashbang. There's the one. Where's the trade, Golden?
FNATIC got nothing, Hank.
You got to have more to your game than this. He's just fallen over.
They got nothing.
He's crumbled.
Fallen over. I just have this image of God tripping on a cobblestone.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was like, to be honest with you.
Well,
that could have been worse. Well, it's a 4-on-2. JW as good as dead, as we'll find themselves in a 4 versus 2 now. Some very awkward moments, some questionable ones with the decisions with the pistol purchases as well. But
what pistol was that Crims was using? I don't recognize it. Desert Eagle, is it?
Yeah,
Like
I believe it's quite good in this game. But there it is. Chad, you might be onto something.
And now FNATIC have no money to reinvest for the third round of the game. NiP's buy should be multitude stronger. FNATIC will just be tilted at this point. They'll just call a fast B. They'll do the standard Molotovs and smokes. There'll be a barrels one in there. There'll be a fast one from spawn that's going to go to heaven. Some flashes over the top. NiP are either going to defend from that pit position or push into it. Yeah.
So JW hasn't got the revolver equipped on the T side. Do we think for the second map he'll replace it with the Desert Eagle on the CT side?
I don't know if you were even able to replace it mid-game.
You can if you leave.
For M4A1
if you leave the server, you can do it. Yeah.
No?
Not in ESCA, unless they've changed that over the last couple of years. Back when I was... he might have had a, as Henry was saying, side-based.
He does, because he's bought it to the T side Eagle here. So that's confirmed. But I was interested to see whether he'll change it out, considering it just got absolutely wrecked here on Overpass. But either way, not a huge talking point, but that's pretty much all we have at this point, considering the scoreline. As a flash towards Long, he keys that one at home. Very, very flash little one. We're going to see just the final few players now limping towards the ace with just pistols, hoping to maybe get around here. Rez will be forced out.
Molly missed. He's ahead of it still. It was meant to clear out his position. Now it's in the middle of nowhere. He's doing nothing.
And he gets a shadow. He gets two. This time Golden will shut him down before the bullets can do the talking. And Lekro, he has the AUG. He can just chunk away at them. It sounds like Optimus Prime chewing his meal every single time he pulls that trigger.
There it is.
The end of that. 16-2 is the scoreline. NiP, they make this one of the quickest halves we've had. A very fast conclusion to our first map. And NiP, they